Bring you greetings all the way from Ferguson, Missouri. And it is not only an honor, but a responsibility to be here on today. I'll be honest with you, you are probably like my wife, who I pray is watching the show that I am actually where I said I was supposed to be. And I'm coming home real quick, baby. But you're probably like her because when we had something not the same, similar, not exact, but like happened in our community some 4 years ago. A whole lot of people, cameras and things converged into our community, and all of a sudden life changed. And everybody was talking, including yours truly, being asked what to do or where to go or how or why. And my wife, who's an accountability partner and a truth sayer, said to me or asked of me this question: what are you going to do when you stop talking? I know that sounds a little bit oxymoronic because we're here today to understand what it means to not only engage into conversation, but then to be responsive and respectful to such a conversation and to the demands, or even into to the critiques or the questions that arise out of such. I don't come today to tell you what to do. I've come to remind you, unfortunately, 4 years removed from what is going to be an anniversary in this city soon, that the struggle is real. It doesn't happen overnight. It does not change overnight, and neither will an anniversary or a strategy, a unique campaign or program do likewise. The struggle is real. And it is obvious that from our conversations and our own lived experiences that we are literally living in a time where the very ground that we walk on, the very foundations and things that we have believed to be stable or provide us equilibrium, whether that is in our political, our economic, or even in our social or spiritual sense, are eroding or that they're shifting. I know a little something about fault lines. I come from Ferguson, Missouri, and we literally are on the terrestrial fault line of the New Madrid Fault. I know a little something about intersections. I've not only traversed West Florissant and Canfield, which was the place where Michael Brown met his demise, but I've also walked Fourth and Water. I know something about ground and about situations and places. I know something about your life and your community being disturbed and the very things that gave stability shifting. But that's life. It's not right, nor is it righteous. That's life. It's not easy, nor is it comforting to know that that's life. But I've come to challenge you today with this idea for some who are unwilling to talk, as well as unwilling to listen to anybody who's not in agreement with you or who is sponsoring your movement or validating your claims, as well as to those who may be fearful in trying to understand what it means to say something that may not be politically, socially, or intellectually correct. Newsflash, we all fall short. But I come here to ask you today, Charlottesville, what are you going to do when you stop talking? When you leave from your seats, and when you leave from your caucus meeting, or when you leave from your rally, or when you leave from your action, what are you going to demand and determine of yourself? When the cameras leave and when the circus leaves town, what are you going to do when you stop talking? My encouragement to you is the same encouragement that was forced upon me from my wife. I went home with these very instructions given to me by my superior staff of intellectually great people and all the folks that were surrounding me in my time of need, sister, or in my innovation, my brother, who had all these great ideas, and it was this that was given. At some point, each and every one of us must decide and discern how we're going to lead. Not be important, not be in charge, not be the one who delegates, but one who is responsible for ourselves, because responsibility is your ability to respond. How are we and where are we going to lead one across indifference? We are never going to fully agree. Matter of fact, one bright young man told me earlier today that democracy is just the evidence of compromise. It is the reality of agreeing not only to disagree, but to find ways to enact or embody or at least respect and accommodate whatever may be the difference as we acknowledge what is wrong and what is not right nor righteous, but we also in doing so affirm the humanity, the dignity, the other that is you and I. How do we lead? I dare you to lead across indifference. Not only do I dare you to lead across indifference, I dare you to lead towards interdependence. Charlottesville, America, the world, humanity, we are needing one another. We are mutually both accountable and must be equally attentive to the fact that we got to do for you and I. That we are in this thing together. Whatever happens to an individual happens to all of us. And when it's not just anywhere, it is injustice everywhere. My last point, because y'all sitting on the edge of y'all seat ready to go, and so am I. And I'm going to prove y'all wrong that the preacher is going to be the most appropriate and accountable and timely one out of the bunch. Can I get a witness? I'm breaking stereotypes up in here today. The last thing, and as I do my lean, is that we lead into intimacy. It's very simple. We have and we must see ourselves in one another. We must see past, not in erasure or an elimination or in the disaffirming or the discounting of what is unique or specific or distinct or definitive about our stance or our experience or even our own identification. But how do we see ourselves in each other? How do we see the shared struggle as well as the necessary strategy of us together, making it better for us? I told you before, it's not easy. I wish I could bring you a great report from Ferguson, Missouri, that everything is all right, that everything that was wrong is right, that everybody who has spoken has been heard, that everything that has been demanded, that every protest has resulted in something productive and promising. I wish I could say that every city council meeting went without hiss, disturbance. I wish I could tell you that more officers of color makes for a safer city, or more people of color on a city council makes for a more beneficial result politically. I wish I could tell you that putting more people of color on a school board would further the accreditation and the upgrade of the school system. And I'm not blaming people of color, because I'm here to tell you white folks moving out for higher ground is not the answer. The struggle is real. But the challenge is this: what are you going to do when you stop talking?